Gigantic. Hey guys, what's going on? This is Jobbers Extra. We're going to be going through 5 mid-card guys this year who need a push by WWE in their current roles or a change of roles. So I'm here with Mike. The first one that we came up with is Bray Wyatt. We both are gigantic fans of him. I think that he's one of the best talents that they have right now. He's fluent on the mic. He's good in the ring. His character's strong. What do you think they need to do with him in the upcoming year to make him even better?
I think that he needs to be pushed to a face first off.
Yeah, probably.
I think if we're gonna, I'm afraid that if they make him continue him as a heel, they're going to keep burying him because they're going to have him keep doing the same things over and over and over again. And he'll win over guys like Ryback, and then
right, yeah.
and then he'll lose to everybody important. But I think that when you flip someone and turn someone, it's actually you kind of force them into momentum.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
You don't turn somebody for no reason. So I think the first thing they do is they need to turn them to a face. And another reason I think that is because heels don't get the entrances that Bray does. The heels don't get their cell phones. What do they call them? The Fireflies.
Fireflies, yeah.
Yeah, heels don't get that. And then Bray's already got the work there in which he can start a revolution.
Mm-hmm.
Very few heels talk about revolution. Like you look at even like villains like Bane. He wanted anarchy, but he didn't care what resulted in it. Like you look at the Joker, he wanted anarchy for the same reason. He didn't really care what resulted in it. Bray Wyatt wants a revolution. Revolution is usually for people who are trying to contribute to positive good, whether that's deemed positive good or not. But it's usually towards positive good. And so I think that Bray Wyatt starting a revolution kind of needs to be done as a face. I mean, what do you think about it?
The best move for him was going to SmackDown for sure.
Yep.
I think ever since that he has shown up on there, they've actually, given him time to talk. They've made, storylines especially for him with Randy Orton joining them and stuff like that. So, I think that, they seem to, they seem to want to push him in some way, and make stories about him or involving him or something like that. So the Wyatt family right now is, kind of on, rocky, footing. So, you have some issues there. Maybe it's Orton that ends up leading them or something like that if Bray Wyatt goes face. But, he's one of those guys that's so good that it doesn't really matter. Like, to me, it doesn't matter if he's a heel or face. Like, he's so good that you just have to like him,
Yeah.
So, I think Undertaker had that kind of mystique to him where, it didn't matter if he was a heel or face or whatever, he still got that reaction with his entrance and that sort of thing. So, I don't really care what they do with him, but I think that he deserves to be, pushed towards the main event.
One thing that I want to add is that he's got the aura, this sort of death image that sort of Undertaker and Kane and those guys had. Whatever they do with him, they need to keep him separate from Finn Balor. That you can't have this two types of guys like that on the same show. So one needs to be on SmackDown, one needs to be on Raw, and that just kind of, unless you're gonna somehow have them tag or feud against each other. But otherwise, I think you need to keep them separate because that needs to be their distinct thing that they add to that show.
Yeah, I think if you had any kind of feud between them, it would be like Bray calling out that his demon character, why does he only act that way certain times or something like that? Like actually help explain why Finn Balor dresses up like that, more than just it's kind of like a mysterious thing for big matches, have some kind of story behind it.
Yeah.
And I think that would go, a long way. I don't really think that having both of them on the same show would be a big deal as long as they did it right, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that, Bray Wyatt for the longest time has been kind of right on that cusp. And I think it's just they don't know how to put all their effort into multiple people, it's like there's certain people that they want to push. And I think that he was, a victim to the Reigns factor.
Yeah,
they want Roman Reigns, and that's it. So he's one of the best people you got, but you don't, your mindset is so focused on one person that he just falls, it's down on the cards. So.
It's more than that too. It's when the Wyatt family was really starting to pick up momentum, was right when Daniel Bryan was getting scorching hot, so he had to lose to Bryan. Then right after that, right as they really started gaining momentum again, they had that feud with the Shield. Well, of course you're going to put the Shield over.
Right.
Then over and over time, they keep putting him in these feuds, and they lost. Then as a solo, he was going up against Reigns. He had his stuff with Cena. Like, basically, he has been the victim of, like, every single major push in WWE, and that's to no fault of his own. I think that's actually WWE recognizing how extraordinary of a talent he is, and that they're using him poorly, but to get other top guys over.
Yeah, exactly. So, I think that, all of his work and all the stuff that he's doing for, other people and that sort of thing, I think it's going to work out for him in the long run. It's just, how long do they wait until they do that? So I think that if he stays on SmackDown, he's on the course to become that, a main event talent at some point in time, because they're going to run out of storylines or run out of people that AJ Styles or John Cena or whoever can go against. So, I think that, again, SmackDown's the best place for him. And they've done nothing but good things with him, ever since they moved over. So hopefully they continue that momentum. And 2017 is the year of the Wyatts, especially Bray. So let us know what you guys think. Leave your comments down below on this video. We're going to go through the next 4, but this one is Bray Wyatt, and we want to see him in the main event. So thank you guys so much for checking this out. We'll talk to you next time.
Thanks.